live Q&A on Pieces of a Broken Mind. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've all had a good day and enjoying your week so far. This is another live Q&A, of course. We're always here on a Wednesday and a Sunday evening, so please do get your questions in. They are always very interesting to listen to and to respond to, so I hope everyone's doing well. Let's enjoy tonight's cozy chat and chill time with some relaxing music on in the background to help us relax and just chill together really tonight and have a chat and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Hopefully the chat is working. Sometimes I have a few issues with the chat, but it looks like it's working because Jenny has just messaged. Good evening, Jenny. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the message. I really appreciate that. I did see a comment on one of my videos earlier, so thank you for that also. But this is a live Q&A, so please do get your questions in. Jenny says, I am good. I'm glad you're doing well. It's always a pleasure to see you back, and it's always a pleasure to see returning viewers come back to the live streams and to participate in the live streams and ask a few questions and get involved with the channel. I'll be live now for the next 2 hours till 8 p.m. I'll be live to make myself available to talk to people, to engage with people, and to talk about mental health. As always, mental health matters. Everyone's mental health matters, and it's important that we have these conversations, and I enjoy having these conversations with you guys. So please do get your questions in. Please do get involved with the live chat and chill. Rich says, hey brother, how's your day? I'm doing okay, thank you, my friend. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Jenny says, so how are you doing? I'm doing okay, thank you, Jenny. Today's a good day. I've had therapy. I've had a good session, so I'm able to talk. I'm a bit upbeat. Before therapy, it's always a bit. The depression from the nightmares and the flashbacks is always very, very strong, but after therapy I feel a bit lighter. So I've had therapy today, and I'm enjoying being able to spend my evening with you beautiful people on YouTube. So I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking, Jenny, and thank you, Rich, for asking. Rich, you still need to email me about the podcast episode. I've recorded episode 3. Episode 3 will go live on Spotify and YouTube on the 3rd of August. So if you want to come on the Mental Health Podcast, drop me an email of when we can have a WhatsApp video call, and then we can arrange what date you're going to come on the podcast. Jenny says, therapy is good. I quit going for a long time and now I am still struggling. Yeah, I know therapy is not for everyone, because some people just don't get on with therapy, but I can only speak from my own personal experience. Therapy for me has been a massively positive experience, and it's really helped me be here today, and it's really helped me learn to live alongside my diagnosis. So if I didn't have therapy, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be dead. So therapy for me has been a massively positive experience. Ronnie6645 says, I love your personality, bro. Thank you very much, Ronnie. I really appreciate the comment, and I really appreciate the support. I hope you're doing well as well, my friend. But therapy, I would recommend therapy. I can only speak positively from my own experiences, and I tell that to the people I coach as well. In my professional life, obviously I'm a life coach, and the people I coach, I tell them, if therapy is something you need to revisit, then you need to revisit that, because coaching and therapy are two different things. Jenny says, that's great, I am happy for you. Thank you, Jenny. Don't get me wrong, I've had a tough week up until now. Monday and Tuesday, the nightmares and the flashbacks were extremely strong, powerful, and left me feeling, broken, because reliving those traumatic events is not pleasant. But unfortunately, with the diagnosis I have, I can't stop them. I can only try to cope with them. I'm okay today. I had therapy, so I'm good. I'm good to talk to you guys today. How's everyone else's mental health? Is everyone doing okay? It's always nice to hear that you're doing okay as well. That always lifts me up. It's very important that we have these types of conversations, and it's very important that we share these types of conversations with each other, because everyone's mental health matters, of course. And mental health is something that we need to talk about every single day. Jenny says, I try to get by and make do. That's incredibly strong and incredibly brave of you, Jenny. But there's no shame in getting help. There's no shame in asking for support. There's no shame in working with a therapist or a mental health professional. Asking for help makes you stronger. Asking for help is courageous and brave. So you don't have to go through it alone, Jenny. There are avenues you can go down and get support for your mental health, through counselling, therapy. Obviously they're the same thing, but seeing a mental health professional, seeing your doctor. Please don't suffer in silence, Jenny, when you don't have to, because no one should have to suffer in silence with their mental illness. I did for many, many years, and I've been battling my mental illness for the last 4 years, since 2022, when I had a full mental breakdown, as some of you may know. I tried to take my life in the February of 2022, and once again in May of 2022. And then I was diagnosed with complex post-traumatic stress disorder, clinical depression, ADHD, and an anxiety disorder. And I've been battling that for the last 4 years. Jenny says, when I have to get a job, my medical is ending. Okay, I don't understand. What does that mean, Jenny? I'm not quite sure. Rich says, I will email you you about your podcast, hopefully today or tomorrow. No worries, mate. I'm just saying, it's obviously going quite well so far. The first 3 guests have been great. We've had great conversations about mental health, and I can't wait to share your story on the Mental Health Podcast channel as well. Obviously, this is my main channel, where I go live, and we have these, we spend time together, we chill, we chat, we talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Obviously, it's a mental health Q&A, but we can talk about anything that you guys have got going on, or anything you want to get off your chest. I'm here to listen, I'm here to talk, I'm here to engage, and we don't have to go through things alone. We can go through things together. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. It's only a click for you guys, but it means so much to me in the channel, for the channel's future and the channel's growth. So if you are stumbling across this live stream, this is a live Q&A where we talk about mental health, but we can talk about anything else as well. And if you support raising mental health awareness, if you support challenging stigma and discrimination, please do subscribe. Jenny says, well, I wish I could see a therapist, but with the situation I am in, I have to work. What about online therapy, or doing therapy online via counselling? You can do that online, and you can do that at home. Or Lee Elliott says, have you ever heard of someone who has had some strange experiences while suffering from anxiety? I can only speak from my own personal point of view, because I was diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, and I've done some very strange things to myself because of anxiety, including self-harm. And anxiety is a very powerful emotion and a very powerful disorder to feel. It can take over your life, it can ruin your life, and it can take away your cognitive function and really take over your mind. So suffering from anxiety is no easy feat, and whoever suffers with it, like myself, I know you guys know how hard it is to battle anxiety. Thank you, Lee, for the comment. Thank you for participating. And like I said, I can only speak from my own experiences with anxiety, and it's made me do some stupid things to myself via self-harm. So An anxiety disorder isn't always visible. It's an internal thing until it takes over. Then it can become a physical thing. So it's very interesting that people still think you can just get over anxiety, because you can't. People just say, "Oh, man up," or "Get over it," or everyone has anxiety. No, they don't. People have worries. People have concerns, but anxiety is something that really takes over your body and can really deliver pain if you let it. So if you're struggling with anxiety, I'm right there with you, and you're not alone. Lee Elliott says, "Thank you, pal." You're very welcome, my friend. Welcome to the live, and I hope you're doing well anyway, as well. Jenny says, "I will always try to walk, and they say running helps with depression." Walking, running, but there's no, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, exercise can really help your mental health. Of course it can, but there's nothing like talking therapies, because a conversation is such a powerful thing. Jenny, if you can, invest in online coaching or therapy, because you can do it at home, you can do it on your phone, on a laptop, you can do it wherever there's an internet connection, and just invest in therapy or coaching, because it can take you places that you never thought possible, and it can open up your mind to a new way of thinking, and take you down new neural pathways. So it's just my personal advice. I would always say, try and do some therapy coaching or some talking therapies, because you deserve help and you deserve support, just like anyone else does. And there's many people across the world who suffer in silence. Specifically in the UK, 1 in 5 people now will suffer with a common mental health disorder. So that's a very shocking fact. The biggest killer of males under 50 is still suicide. And I was almost one of those statistics. I tried to take my life twice. So depression, mental health, and mental health disorders can take a life, but mental health conversations can save a life. Jenny says, "I will try to invest in that in my spare time. Thank you for the advice." You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I can only give you, from my own personal experiences, therapy has been massively positive for me, and it still is, while I'm awaiting very specific treatment for PTSD and ADHD. I have to pay for therapy myself until I get to the top of the waiting lists. But it's been a massively positive experience for me. But I'm a life coach as well in my professional life, and I tell the people I coach, investing in yourself and investing in your future and your mental well-being is the best thing you'll ever do. Because if you open up your mind to positivity and hope, then you can go anywhere that your imagination wants to take you. So either invest in therapy or counselling, or invest in life coaching, because both are extremely beneficial and extremely helpful. Because a life coach, like for me and my job anyway, as a life coach, my job is to help people understand their goals, help people understand what are the obstacles and barriers to them achieving those goals, and then it's my job to help them overcome those barriers and those obstacles and open up their mind to success and positivity and hope. And that's what I try to do with all my clients. So Jenny, invest in yourself, whether it's therapy or whether it's coaching. There are some really, really affordable therapists online, that are really affordable life coaches online. So please do invest in yourself. What have I missed there? Lee Elliott says, "I'm on antidepressant meds, but it doesn't help if I'm honest." No, I know what you mean there, Lee, because I've been on I've been on antidepressants for 4 years, and I don't find they help me anymore. My depression is stronger than what the tablets are doing. So I really hope in the coming months, and when I get the very specific treatment for the complex PTSD, that they can take me off these antidepressants, because I don't feel like they're having an impact on me, but I'm still putting them in my body. So I really know how you're feeling there, Lee. Jay says hi. Welcome, Jay. Welcome back. It's a pleasure as always to speak to you, my friend, and welcome to this chilling chat. This is just, very casual. You can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, as well as mental health. Let's just have a cozy evening together. Let's chilled out, and just let's have conversation. I'll be live now until 8 o'clock. I'm going to go live for 2 hours today. I'm going to push myself. It's normally 1 hour, but I'm going to push myself to 2 because I want to spend more time with you guys. I want to spend more time with my subscribers. And I want to hear about your stories and your journeys because that inspires me. Jay says, Lee, same, been there, tried meds for decades, nothing ever helped. Weed helped the most, but it had its negative effect too, of course. Again, Jay, I can only agree with the thing on antidepressants. Obviously, I don't smoke myself, so that's not something I can comment on. But antidepressants, I feel like they stopped working a long time ago because my depression is just too strong when I'm in that headspace. So I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Jenny says, I was on antidepressant meds and still tried committing suicide and took a while. Bottle of pills, I thought I was a goner, but here I am. Jenny, you're a survivor. You're a survivor, and sometimes antidepressants do work and they can help balance out your moods. But once you've been on them for a longer extent of time, they become irrelevant. They become redundant. And I've been trying to get off them. That it's just my psychologist is saying no, not yet, until you've had the treatment for PTSD and ADHD. Then we can look at removing the antidepressants. But until then, I have to keep therapy and keep the antidepressants and the other medications I'm on to help me cope until I get to the top of those lists for the treatment. Because in the UK, the waiting lists for mental health support, especially PTSD and ADHD, are extremely long, and unfortunately I've just got to wait. So that's why I have to pay for private therapy, and that's why I have to stay on the medications that I've been prescribed by the psychologist. But I agree with everyone on antidepressants. They can help at the start, balance your moods out, but once they settle in to your system, and then the depression gets stronger than they do, then they have no positive effect, in my opinion. But like I said, you always have to follow your mental health professional's advice and your doctor's advice. Always follow the professional advice before making any decision when it comes to your mental health treatment. You should always take the advice of the professionals. I can only speak from my own personal point of view and my own experiences with mental illness. I can just share those experiences with you, and in the hope that you might take something positive from those things. So, it's a long road, mental health recovery. It can be a very lonely journey as well. But we don't have to go, like I said, we don't have to go through these things alone. I'm live, I'm here, you're here, we're here for each other, and mental health matters. Everyone's mental health matters. Your feelings are valid, your traumas are valid, what you're going through is valid, and you deserve help and support just like anyone else. So please don't give up, anyone out there. Please do reach out and get help and support, and whatever form that takes. Engage in the help, engage in the support, and hopefully it will put you on the road to recovery. And there's no time limit on your recovery journey. It takes as long as it takes. Mental illness is different from physical illness. Mental illness is invisible. It's inside your mind, and it's a battle. It's a battle that people will never know how dark it can be unless they've been through it. It's a dark, painful, emotional battle going on in your mind. mental illnesses, and it's incredible that people still think people can just get over these things, because you wouldn't say to someone, if they broke their leg, or you've broke your leg, just get over it. You can't. The leg's broken, it needs to be fixed. It's the same with the mind. The mind needs to be fixed. So there's no time limit on your recovery journey. You take as long as you like. You take as long as you need, because it's your mental health and you matter. But yeah, that's what I would say about getting help and support. Be brave, be courageous, and put yourself out there, and take yourself out of your comfort zone, because the life that you want, the life that you think that you deserve, is on the other side of your comfort zone. So go for it. Take yourself out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself, and put yourself in uncomfortable positions. Get the help, get the support, and you will see how dramatically your life will change very, very quickly. But do get your questions in, guys. This is a Q&A, but it's a chill and chat, bit of a laid back conversation session this evening. So we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I've got some relaxing music on in the background, and I'm here to listen, I'm here to talk, I'm here to raise awareness, and I'm here to challenge stigma and discrimination, of course, and of course to grow my channel, grow the message, gain more subscribers and viewers, and hopefully one day, if the channel is successful, then I can travel the world and meet all you wonderful people. Because at the moment I've been making mental health content on YouTube now for the last 4 years, and I'm still not monetized yet, but I'll still never give up, because it's important to me. Mental health is my purpose. It helps me focus on my recovery, and it makes me feel good helping others. So because I haven't always been this way. Before 2022, before the mental breakdown, I didn't like myself. I hated myself. I hated the person I was. I hated the mistakes I made. I regretted the mistakes I made, and I swam in regret every single day. And I had to have that breakdown. I had to hit rock bottom in order for me to be reborn again. Because during those suicide attempts and breakdown in 2022, a part of me did die. And through therapy and counselling, a new part of me is born. And I'm happier with this person. I'm comfortable with who I am today. I don't recognise the person that I was. I use my mistakes now as lessons in order for me to be better going forward. Mistakes are lessons, they're not life sentences. So stop punishing yourself for the rest of your life about something that you can't change. We need to be able to move forward, but sometimes, as I do, with help, with therapy, and whatever other types of support that you need, of course, you get those as well. But it's extremely important that you recognise your own importance, and you recognise your own worth. Because it is important that you share. It is important that you put yourself first sometimes. I know you might feel selfish sometimes, putting yourself first, but it's great helping others, but you should never leave yourself behind. So always remember that you have needs that need to be met. You have feelings and concerns that need to be listened to as well. We can help others, of course we can, but don't never ever leave yourself behind. And I hope you guys can understand that. And this is a side of me. It feels like I'm coaching someone. It feels like I'm in a life coaching session, but I do that in my professional life. But I'm just trying to emphasise the importance on purpose, and finding something that you're passionate about, and it can massively help with your mental health. It can massively help with your mental well-being. And a therapist and a counsellor can help you manage and learn to live alongside your mental illness until you get the specialist treatment that you need. And you should never give up on that hope. Like I said earlier on in the stream, especially in the UK, 1 in 5 people will suffer with a common mental health disorder, and the biggest killer of men under 50 is still suicide. So that's how important mental health is. That's how important mental health conversations are. And it's a conversation that we should have, without a doubt, every single day. I wish I could be live with you every single day, but my mental health doesn't allow that. I wish I could. I go live twice a week. That's a battle. That's a war between myself and my mind. Every Wednesday, every Sunday, I go live to help you feel a little bit less lonely. And mental health conversations should be happening everywhere, every day, and with whoever we can discuss them with. Whether you open up to a family member, a friend, a work colleague, whoever it may be, the Samaritans, a stranger, whoever, have the conversation, because you don't know how powerful those mental health conversations can be. Mental health conversations can save a life. And I will always say, from my own personal experiences, talking therapies do help, and talking therapies will help you understand what you're going through a lot more than trying to go through it alone, trying to block everyone out, trying to isolate yourself, trying to say to the world, no, these are my problems, I need to deal with this, I will deal with this internally. No. You do not have to go through this alone. There are people out there who want to help, who are willing to help, and they can help if you let them. We need to end the silence on mental health. We need to break the stigma on mental health, and we need to remove the discrimination from mental illness, because it's not someone's fault. They don't choose to be mentally ill. They don't choose to have a mental illness. It just happened to them. Now they gotta find the best way of dealing with that and living with that. They're just playing the cards that they were dealt. Mental illness is something that you do not choose to have. If you're unfortunate enough to have it, like me and like many others, then you will know how powerful and how dark and how painful mental illness can be. So remember that. Remember that when you're listening to someone talk about their mental health. Even if they've got a smile on their face, behind closed doors, that person could be going through things that we'll never know about. They could be broken inside but smiling on the outside. I think the trouble is with mental illness, it is invisible and you can't see it, and a lot of people only believe things if they can see them. That's just nonsense. It's nonsense. The more conversations that we have, the more people we can help, the more people we can help feel just a little bit less lonely. And of course, you know, it's not just about me, it's about everyone. Everyone's mental health matters, and that's the slogan on my logo for the channel. Everyone's mental health matters. It's not just one person, it's not just me. Everyone's mental health matters, and we should put that importance on it, as well as our physical health, because our physical health and our mental well-being should go hand in hand. They should have the same level of importance. But sometimes a lot of people find it easier to talk about their physical health rather than talk about their mental health, because they fear that they'll be called anything less than a man or a woman, and they might think they're less of a person because of the stigma. It's not true. If you open up and talk about your feelings and your conversations, it means you're incredibly brave and incredibly strong, and incredibly courageous as well. So you know, please don't give up. But I am just talking. I'm just waiting for some more questions to come in. So don't be shy, guys. Get your questions in. This is a live conversation and chat. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. as well as mental health. It's always a pleasure to be here with the good people on YouTube. So, I really hope people one day see how important it is to show people that there are real people on social media with real diagnosis talking about mental health, and emphasizing the importance of those conversations, emphasizing the importance of those stigmas, and those barriers. Is the chat still working? It looks like it might have froze. Can someone put a message in the chat so I know it's not frozen? Because it was working, but it seems to have been stuck on the same thing for a few minutes now. So if there's anyone in the chat, can drop a message in. That would be great, just so I know the live chat is working, because it's been up and down on YouTube the last few weeks. The live chat. I can go live on the laptop, but I'm always more comfortable doing the vertical live streams on YouTube via my phone. So it allows me to have my laptop open as well, so I can do other bits and pieces while I'm live as well. So if there's someone in the chat, can you let me know that the chat is still working? Because I've seemed to have the same message on the screen that I've had for quite a while now. But this is a live Q&A. Just a relaxed conversation, chill time, open up, feel good, feel safe. This is a safe environment. This is a safe place that you can feel safe and talk about your mental health with no judgment, no stigma, no discrimination, no judgment here. Just friends, just people trying to help people in life, and that's the way it should be. Live chat is still on, according to me. Chat works okay for me, Jay says. I look like I've got it back now. Looks like I've missed quite a few chats there. Sorry guys, my chat froze, and I should have restarted it. Rich, I think I have fixed it. I can see your messages now. Sorry guys, I missed a lot of messages. I don't know what happened with the chat. It's been doing it quite often on these live streams on YouTube. So sorry guys, I do apologise. For some reason my live chat seemed to freeze. But I do apologise. So if I missed any questions or anything that you guys wanted to tell me, then just get back in the chat, and it's now that it's working again. Jay says, yeah, chats glitch sometimes. Yeah, it's been happening quite a lot though, especially on my live streams. And it's always disappointing when I miss comments and I miss people's questions, because that's what I'm here for, to have these conversations, to have these Q&As and help and support people. So it's always annoying when the live chat does not work in the way that it should. But apologies guys, I am back, you're back. So we can continue the conversation. So if there's anything I missed, please guys remind me of something that I might have missed, or get your questions in again. Happy to answer those questions for you. I will be live until 8 o'clock this evening. So I'm doing a 2-hour live today. I went live at 6 o'clock. Or 10 past 6, and I'm going to be live till 8 p.m. So let's enjoy the chat, let's enjoy the conversation, let's enjoy the company, and build a inspiring community on YouTube about mental health. So that's what we want to do. Jay says, I got to go now to try and fix some of the many problems. Thanks for the chat. You're very welcome, my friend. If you ever need anything, just drop me an email. If you need someone to talk to, drop me an email. Look after yourself, my friend. And don't forget, you're never alone. And I'll be live on Sunday evening if you don't get back to tonight's one. But I'll be live Sunday evening to catch up with you then. Try and think positive. Try and think positive. I know it's hard, and I know that could be challenging at times when you suffer with mental illness, but I think we need to try and always try to be positive. Has anyone seen the new Spider-Man movie yet? I'm going to see it tomorrow, so no spoilers, please, if you have. I know it came out today in the UK, so I'm going to go and see it tomorrow. But has any of you managed to watch that yet? Without any spoilers, just let me know if it's any good. But yeah, I'm going to see Spider-Man tomorrow with my son, so looking forward to that. And being a dad is part of my purpose as well. So I went to watch Evil Dead Burn recently. That was really good. I'm going to see Spider-Man tomorrow, and then the next film I'll be seeing after that is Insidious, the next Insidious movie, in August, Into the Further, and Rise of the Foot Soldier, Retribution, which is out in August as well. So some really good films coming out over the summer as well. If you guys are looking to get out of your own head and take yourself away from your mental health issues, sometimes cinema is always a good thing. Because watching a movie and being in that environment can be relaxing as well, and I'm really looking forward to watching Spider-Man tomorrow. Rich says, I can't wait to be able to go to the movies. It's been years. I'm so sorry that you haven't been able to go, Rich. But one day you will be able to go, and when that day comes, how sweet that day will be. Just cherish that day when it happens, because sometimes in life we have to sacrifice things in order to be able to move forward, and I really hope the day that you do go to the movies is everything that you hope it to be, and I'm sure it will be, Like I said, there's some good films out this year. I'm really excited for Avengers Doomsday. I think that will be the biggest movie of the year, Avengers Doomsday. That's out in the UK on, I think it's the 18th of December, if I'm correct. Really excited to see Doomsday. Really excited to see Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. It's going to be interesting to see how they tie that in to him once being Iron Man and now being Doctor Doom. But Doomsday, I think, will be the biggest movie of the year, by a long, long way. Closely followed by Spider-Man, and then Dune probably. Although I don't watch the Dune movies. I've never watched them. Rich says, 100% brother, home detention way better than prison, so I make the most of it. Absolutely, I think we have to be grateful for the small things that we have in life. Home detention is much better than prison, so we have to be somewhat grateful for that. But just plan these things in your head, and when they do happen, really and truly enjoy them for what they are and for the experience that they will give you. But has anyone else got any films that they're looking forward to this year? Like I said, I'm going to see Spider-Man tomorrow. In August, I'll be watching Insidious and Rise of the Foot Soldier, and then in December, I'll be watching Avengers Doomsday. I'm a huge Marvel fan. I've got many Marvel heroes tattooed on me somewhere. So really excited for Doomsday. Really excited for Spider-Man tomorrow. But if there's any films I should be watching as well, please do get in the chat. Let me know. The cinema does really help with my mental well-being because it's quiet. You get to watch a film. You can lose yourself in the film. I think it's cinema experience is really powerful. For many reasons. But of course, it's important to understand that some people are unable to do those things at the moment. So we try to encourage them that one day they will, and when that day happens, it'll be so sweet. But I don't think there's another movie I'm looking forward to this year. I liked Evil Dead Burn. That was really good. Tash says 100. I assume you agree with the movie. Is that what that 100 means? Evil Dead Burn was good. Really excited for Spider-Man. Really excited for Avengers Doomsday. And obviously Insidious and Rise of the Foot Soldier. Because you can just lose yourself in the movie, and it really helps with your mental health. Because sometimes you get emotionally involved with some of the characters, and it takes your mind off what your mind normally goes through. So I think any sort of hobby or any sort of physical activity or anything that's able to take your mind off your mental health is always a positive thing. It cannot be positive if you Tash says yes, and what you said before, real food out here and real toilet out here, but most of all always better for my mental health out here, being able to see psychologists and mental health support out there. Absolutely, Rich. There are small things. They are very small things that you have, but they are important things as well. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. You have to go through these things, and one day you'll come out the other side, and you'll come out the other side a lot stronger for it. I'm proud of you for keeping going. I'm proud of you for still showing up for yourself. I'm proud of you for turning your life around, and I'm proud to say that I've had conversations with you, and you should be proud of yourself for how far you've come, because I'm certainly proud of you, and again, I'm really excited to get you on the podcast one day, because I think that'll make for such a emotional and good watch for people on YouTube. Rich says, thanks, brother. You never have to thank me, my friend. I mean every word I say. Your strength inspires me to be better every day. Your courage to keep going inspires me to be better every day. So thank you, my friend. Thank you for putting yourself into being a part of the community, subscribing to the channel, participating in the channel. Thank you for listening. Thank you for talking. And I'll never be able to repay you guys for watching my channel and supporting and commenting and sharing. I'll never be able to say thank you as much. That's all I can do is thank you guys. I'll never be able to thank you enough. But I hopefully one day we can share a big achievement by getting monetized and reaching the 100,000 subscribers silver plaque, and maybe one day, who knows, the gold 1 million subscriber plaque. And that plaque wouldn't just be for me, it'd be for all of you as well, because my channel is only successful as you guys let it be. Rich says, I'm so happy I came across this live one night, very early hours of the morning for me here in Australia. I'm very happy as well, because I found inspiration in the fight that you have. I found inspiration in the courage that you have. And I've also, saw someone that I could potentially be friends with. Regardless of where we are in the world, you have 100% of my support now. Like I said, you've got my email address. You can email me anytime. We're going to WhatsApp video call very soon about the podcast. I'm extremely, extremely happy and thankful that you became a part of these live chats and the community in general. So, you've definitely got a friend in me. And everything happens for a reason, Rich. You found this live stream, or you found that live stream for a reason. You found this channel for a reason, and it's something that you can now feel a part of. It's something that you can now feel comfortable with, and you can now engage with me in real time, live, and I've got your back, and I know you guys have got my back too, and that's what it's all about. Community building, mental health talk, mental health awareness, friendships, and everything that's supposed to be good in life. We can share those things together. And Rich says that's right. Yeah, absolutely, it is right, my friend. And like I said, one day, if I'm able to, God willing, I would love to travel the world and meet some of my subscribers in person. And I really hope I'm able to do that one day. I really hope I'm in a position where I'm able to do that. Because I've said many times, especially on the live streams, there's many places on my bucket list that I need to visit before I go. There's many things I need to tick off my bucket list that I haven't had the money or been able to afford to do. Hopefully one day YouTube and social media will allow me to do that. One of my first port of calls would be to Australia to visit you, my friend. Tasha says that would be an amazing thing to do. It absolutely would. Rich says, I have faith you'll get there. I appreciate that, and I have faith, because if I didn't, I would have given up a long time ago. I've been showing up on YouTube every single day since 2022, with content, with videos, trying to help, trying to support, trying to raise awareness, and I really hope that body of work over the last 4 years really does pay off one day, and the channel does get to a point where it's monetized and I'm able to get those YouTube plaques, and the day I get those YouTube plaques, I would live stream opening that box just to share the moment with you guys. And I think I would break down and I would faint probably if I actually got one of them. I think I'd fucking faint if it ever happened. Like, the moment my channel, or if it ever blows up, the moment I see my subscriber base go up, I think I'll faint, because I'm so used to the slow growth. It's been a slow churning growth over the last 4 years, and I'm doing okay. Over 4,000 subscribers, over 2.7 million views across the channel, but I see other channels out there, especially AI slop and faceless YouTube channels, doing thousands and thousands of views, earning thousands and thousands of pounds with AI generated videos, whereas mine is all human. human to human connections. So sometimes that can be very demoralizing sometimes, but just helping people and just supporting people is a win for me. Sorry guys, just there we go. If I can help one person while I'm live streaming, that's a win for me. If I can help someone feel a little bit less lonely, and help them feel a part of something, then I'll continue to do it, and I will continue to keep moving forward with the channel, in the hope that one day YouTube sees that this is a channel in good faith, trying to do a good thing, has a positive message, and genuinely wants to be a beacon of hope for everybody out there who might be going through mental illness alone. And we know there are people out there going through mental illness alone, and those are the people we want to try and reach. Those are the people we want to try and help. Those are the people we want to try and support, and I'll continue to do that, because it's now my purpose to talk about mental health, to share my story, and do that in the form of YouTube videos. Jenny says, Jay, no, I still got no contact with my mum. It hurts, but she was a part of what I go through every day. Jenny, I don't know, I think Jay might have gone, but family can be very complicated, and I know that because mine's very complicated. It's a complicated thing, how you feel about your family sometimes, and again, those are the sort of issues a therapist or a counsellor can help you work through. So I would go back to the advice I gave you earlier, Jenny. Invest in a life coach or invest in a counsellor and therapist and work through these issues, because they will help you understand, they will help you get clarity, and they will help you. My telly switched off with my relaxing music. Let me just switch it back on, guys, and then I'll get back to the chat. Come on, you piece of fucking shit. Fucking switch on. Do your fucking job. About fucking time as well. Excuse the language, guys. I was just swearing at my TV for not doing its job properly. Jenny, of course, you don't have to. I'm just saying it could help. What I hate on YouTube as well is fucking ads. Come on. There we go. TV's job is a simple thing. Switch on the fucking channel I want to watch. Fucking hell. Jenny says, it's okay, I understand. And Rich says, lol, I feel the same way with my TV. Yeah, I mean, a TV's got a simple fucking job, and sometimes it's got a mind of its own. When in fact, it should listen to the fucking remote control and do as it's told. But that's a whole nother conversation. I'm really excited because I've seen a lot of autumn stuff today. A lot of pumpkin spice stuff, a lot of autumn themed home decor. I love autumn. It's my favourite. It's my second favourite season. Christmas and winter. That sort of build up to Christmas is my favourite. And then closely followed by autumn, because I just love the colours, and the candle smells and everything else that goes with it. I've got a great counsellor. If you're looking to work with someone in the UK, if I'm able to, I'll ask her if I'm allowed to to pass on her contact details. I don't think I'm allowed to, because I'm a client. I'm not supposed to give out her information, but there's no reason why I can't ask. And if any of you are looking for a good counsellor in the UK, but don't forget, guys, this is a live Q&A, so get your questions in. Sometimes I'll just ramble while I'm awaiting another question or a comment. I'll give you a shout out, respond to your comments as honestly as I can. So get involved, chuck questions my way. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're going through, what you've got on your chest, and we can talk about it. That's what we're here for. I'm a big horror fan as well. I think I've told you guys that before. My favourite genre of movies by Marvel are horror films, and my son's got a lot of really good collectibles, horror figures, and replicas. A life-size Billy doll from Saw, Chucky doll, some of the horror character figures. Jenny says, I find that getting out in nature helps me. Absolutely. I think I would always encourage that as well. I used to walk quite a lot, but recently I haven't, really been going for a walk as much as I should have been. And I need to get back into it. But I agree 100%. Walking and nature can help massively with your mental well-being. And I don't know where you are in the world, Jenny. I can't remember if you've told me or not, but there's some lovely places in where I am in Wales, in the United Kingdom, to go for a walk. So I really need to get back out there and do these walks. As I'm sure there are many places where you're from to go for a walk and get out into nature and breathe that fresh air. Whatever we can do to help our mental well-being and support our well-being is important. Whether it be walking, running, gym, a sport, a hobby, or a craft, or a skill that you have, anything that can get you out of your own head is always a positive. Is always a positive. Jenny says we have a walkway by a lake and it's refreshing. That's amazing. I think the similar to that, there's a park near where I live called Roath Park, and that has a nice lake, and that's a nice walk as well. So yeah, I love a nice walk by the lake, and I need to get back to doing it as well, because I haven't done it for a few weeks. So something that is on my list to do is get back and to do these walks. But sometimes you don't have those choices. But yeah, Jenny says you should. It would be good for you. Absolutely. And they have been beneficial to me in the past as well. So I do and have done these walks in the past, and I need to get back to them as well. IGLU5 says, hey man, how are you feeling? I'm feeling very well, thank you, today. Today's a good day. So thank you for the question and thank you for the concern. I really appreciate your support, and I really appreciate you interacting on the live. So you're welcome. This is just a live Q&A where we can just have a general chat about anything, mental health, or it doesn't have to be mental health. Whatever you guys want to share, or whatever you guys want to talk about, that's what we're here for this evening. We've completed the first hour of the live Q&A. I will be live till 8 o'clock, so please do get your questions in. And I really appreciate everyone who's joined the live and is watching. The more people that watch, the more people that we can help, and the more people that we can show that people are having these types of conversations on social media. So please, happy to answer any questions that any of you might have, or I can give you, IGLU5 Igloo 5 says mental health. Yeah, I myself is not completely in a good place now, just feeling a bit down, but it's part of life, I suppose. It's okay to feel that way, Igloo. It's okay to have bad days. You're a human being. We all have them. But sometimes, it might be due to things that you need help and support with. So maybe it is worth just talking to someone about that feeling, and getting into, the crux of why that might be. But yeah, it's okay to feel bad. It's okay to have a bad day, and it's okay to not be okay. So don't put yourself down too much. And I give you credit for just saying it out loud. So well done, you. Jenny says, I know this heat has been unbearable, so I'll walk outside, so I only go on nice days. Yes, during the heat wave that we've had in the UK, it's been extremely tough to sleep and stuff like that. And I tend to burn rather than tan. I burn first, then I tan. But yeah, doing those walks in those extreme heat is a bit much. And I totally get that. But I'm really excited for the weather to cool down so I can get out and do these autumn walks once again. And I will live stream the walks that I go on come the autumn. Jenny says, I find talking to people helps me. Absolutely, Jenny. 100% right. That is probably comment of the night so far. Jenny right there says, I find talking to people helps me. It lifts me up. Amazing. I think the hottest it got you was 38. Either 36 or 38. I'm not 100% sure on that. But it was the hottest June on record in the UK. Jenny says, me too, I look forward to the cooler weather also. Yeah, I love the cooler weather. Autumn is such a beautiful, have such beautiful colours in nature. And it's always a pleasure walking during the autumn and winter months. And I'm really looking forward to the Burr months. You know what I mean by the Burr months? September, October, November, December. The Burr months. Those are the months that I look forward to. And those are the best months. Those are the best months to do those type of walks. Because the autumn in nature is so beautiful to look at. Matty the Bassman says, winter is much nicer to sleep in and I find it helps my mood. I totally agree, Matty. Winter is much nicer to sleep in. Plus, I want the dark, cold nights because you can get cozy with candles, with a nice dressing gown, with a nice blanket. I'm looking forward to the much cooler months. I'm looking forward to the Burr months. I love Halloween. I love Bonfire Night. I love Christmas. I got a trip to London coming in December. I love going to Hyde Park, Winter Wonderland. This will be my 4th time going this year. I'm really excited. I finally I do have some good news to share actually, guys. I talk about I've been on the waiting list for over 2 years for my ADHD. I have now got my appointment to see the ADHD specialist in October. So that is good news. ADHD, I am finally at the top of the list. I have my appointment. Jenny says nature is beautiful. It's God's creation. Absolutely. And there's so many beautiful places around the world that I haven't had the pleasure of visiting, but I hope to one day. I really do. Jenny says that's awesome. It is, because I've been waiting for this ADHD appointment with the specialist for nearly 3 years, and October I finally have it. I'm finally going to get the treatment. I'm finally going to get the medication that I deserve for my ADHD, and I can't wait for that, and I'm so excited. Hopefully then the EMDR treatment for the complex post-traumatic stress disorder comes next. Matt says, nice, it took my friend years to get seen. It's ridiculous how long it takes, but what can you do? Absolutely. And I've been waiting 3 years nearly, and I'm finally at the top of the list. I'm sorry your friend had to go through that, but I've been through that as well, and I know how ridiculous it is. But unfortunately, the waiting lists in the UK for mental health support are extremely long, and the government needs to do a better job with it, basically. Jenny says, good for you to get your appointment finally. You know, it's really hard managing ADHD and complex post-traumatic stress disorder, because my ADHD mind wants me to do one thing, but my complex PTSD part of the brain is telling me something else, you know. So it's been hard to manage the both of them. Finally, I get to see someone about the ADHD. So roll on October for that appointment. Jenny says, my daughter was lucky to get hers quick, and she has ADHD. That's amazing news. You're able to get it quick, and I think some people do manage to get it quick, and some people just are unfortunate and they have to wait a long time. But I'm very pleased that your daughter's got her treatment for her ADHD, and I hope she's in a good place, and I hope she's progressing and looking forward in life. I just need the appointment now for the EMDR treatment, which is a very specific treatment. I'll read it to you what it is, actually. Let me just get it up on Google, and I will read you what that therapy is that I'm waiting for, to see if some of you might have heard of it. Okay. Basically, EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It's a therapy that helps you process and recover from past experiences that are affecting your mental health and well-being. So that's the other treatment that I'm waiting for, the EMDR treatment, and it stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy, and it helps you process and recover from past experiences that are affecting your mental health and your well-being. EMDR helps you process the negative images, emotions, beliefs and body sensations associated with traumatic memories that seem to be stuck. These can contribute to a range of mental health problems. So that is the other type of treatment that I'm looking for. Jenny says, I've never heard of that. Well, it's very specific treatment, and it's for people who suffer with either PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, or complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which is what I do. And in my case, it's for me. But Um, EMDR also helps you see things from a different perspective and relieves the symptoms you were suffering. So how does it work? Let me tell you how it works as well. EMDR has a specific structure, and a therapist will work through several stages with you. These include assessment of your current symptoms and your readiness for EMDR, as well as understanding how your past has shaped your present. The therapist will also explain why you're experiencing your current symptoms and how trauma affects the mind and seems like it never goes away. One of the first stages is understanding how the person has got to be this way and what happened to them. What patterns have past events created and what traumatic memories need to be processed to help them recover. Rich says, I'll be back shortly, going to make something to eat. No worries, my friend. See you soon. But yeah, so EMDR is the very specific treatment I'm waiting for the CPTSD. That hopefully that comes either at the back end of 2026 or hopefully in early 2027. I can't afford, it's quite expensive to go private and have this treatment. I can't afford that, so I have to wait. But that's what EMDR is, that's what it does, and that's what it can help with. I've got my Punisher t-shirt on. Love the Punisher. Jenny says, well, I hope you get it soon. I really do as well, because the nightmares, the flashbacks, and those are really, the biggest thing I'm struggling with mentally, because they're not nice memories. So I really hope I get that soon. And I know it's going to be at some point, maybe, more like 2027, I would say, rather than 2026. I'm just happy I finally get the ADHD appointment that I've been waiting for to see the specialist. I've done the assessment, I have ADHD, I was diagnosed with it. Now I finally get the treatment. Jenny says that will help you. Hopefully it does, and hopefully then I'm in an even better position to take on more life coaching clients, to grow my business, to grow the channels, to grow the podcast, to grow this channel, and to help more people, because that's ultimately what I want to do. But anyway, guys, get your questions in. I am still here. I was just checking something on YouTube. I'm currently on 4,392 subscribers. So close to 4.5k subscribers. So it's not too bad. Not too bad. Jenny says, well, I will pray for you that it does turn out in your favour. Absolutely. And it will. I'll eventually get it. I just hope my mind doesn't get me before I get the treatment. And I fall back into that suicidal mindset. Although, I haven't tried to take my life since 2022. I felt like it, but I haven't tried or wanted to. So it's important that I hold on to hope that when this treatment does come my way, it will, it definitely will help and benefit me massively. Just stay positive, says Jenny. Absolutely. Staying positive is extremely important, and holding on to hope is extremely important also, and I will continue to do so. You guys give me hope just by commenting in the live chat, just by watching a video, just by watching one of my shorts or the long form videos. Any type of support really helps me stay positive, because social media can be a quite a toxic place, especially on certain platforms. But again, like today, I've been live for an hour and 15 minutes, and I haven't had a troll yet, which is good. Because I generally do get trolls in the chat, but they just get blocked immediately. Because we haven't got time for idiots. Haven't got time for idiots. This is a very important conversation, very important live Q&A. Mental health is important, and it's a massive conversation we all need to have. So any idiots will be blocked immediately. Tasha said, "Don't speak too soon." Absolutely. Now that you've said that, they'll probably be the next comment or one of the next few comments, but they'll just have their neck wound in. They're morons, and they can jog on and do one. They'll have that feeling at the top of their spine, and that'll be their neck being wound in. Jenny says, "Well, I'm going to get off here and get some shopping done, so I'll try and catch you on the next one when I see you here again." Thank you, Jenny, for everything that you've got involved with tonight. Thank you for getting involved with the live. Really appreciate all your comments and support. I will be live Sunday evening, so I will hopefully see you then. I hope you have a wonderful day today, says Jenny. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day shopping. Look after yourself, and I'll see you Sunday on my next live session. I will be live for another 40 minutes, guys. I thought I'd go live for 2 hours today. I normally only do 1 hour, but I pushed myself today to do 2. So, I'll be live for another 40 minutes, here to answer questions. Hopefully no trolls. Jenny says thank you. You're very welcome. Stay safe and look after yourself, Jenny, and I'll speak to you soon on the next live Q&A, which is Sunday evening. I'm just going to go and get a drink because it's warm and this one is out. So give me 2 minutes, guys. I'm back. Don't forget, guys, this is a live Q&A where we talk about mental health, trauma, recovery, depression, anxiety, whatever you guys want to talk about. This is a live Q&A, so do get your questions in, and I will answer those as honestly and as best as I can. But please be mindful and respectful of other people, and don't forget, as a channel disclaimer, I am not giving you professional mental health advice. I'm not a counsellor, I'm not a therapist. This is just my channel. I'm someone with lived experience sharing my story, and hopefully it helps you in the long run. Even though, in my professional I am a life coach, but that is different to therapy and counselling. But get your questions in for the live Q&A. Be live for another 40 minutes. And then going to find a film to watch. It's very warm. It's very warm in here. Don't forget, guys, to get your questions in. This is a live Q&A. Looking forward to watching Man United on Saturday. Another pre-season friendly. We've had 2 so far this summer. We lost against Wrexham, but we beat Rosenborg 5-0. So hopefully we can win again on Saturday. We are playing Atletico Madrid in a pre-season friendly. So I'm looking forward to watching that. Don't forget as well, I do have a podcast now and a podcast channel. It's called the Quiet Battle Podcast. Episode 1 and 2 are live now. Episode 3 will be going live on the 3rd of August. And that's a really good episode. From a brave survivor. So I'm really excited to upload episode 3. But do check out that podcast channel as well. And I will be relaunching very soon my life coaching YouTube channel. So that is coming soon as well. So I will have 3 YouTube channels. This one is my main one, is my biggest passion. It's my mental health channel where everyone's mental health matters. I do have a separate mental health podcast channel, which is called the Quiet Battle Podcast. And I am launching or relaunching my life coaching YouTube channel, promoting my life coaching business and obviously talking about everything that is involved with life coaching. So keep an eye out for those channels coming soon. 2 of them are live now. Sigma 65783. When you were physically strongest. When were you physically strongest? How old were? Don't get the question. When was I physically strongest? How old? Are you asking when I was in my peak? How old was I when I was my physically strongest? I would say before my knee injuries, before my 4 operations on my knee, because I snapped my cruciate ligament in my knee playing football, and I've had 4 operations on it since then. So I would say early 20s, early to mid 20s, at the top of my head. But I hope I can hopefully get back to being my physically strongest at some point this year. Physiotherapy's going really well. Sigma 6578 says, how old are you? I just told you, in my early to mid 20s. That was when I was at my peak, and I think I had my first injury when I was possibly 23, and that's when my football career went downhill after that. But before that, I was in the best shape of my life, yeah. Sigma 65783 says, right now, what's your age? Okay, you're very interested to know my age, which I've got no problem in sharing with you. I am in my 40s, early 40s. I'm 42 at the moment. So, not that that makes any difference. But I am 42 years young. And yeah, got nothing to hide. That's how old I am. But thank you for your questions, and thank you for your interest in my age. It's not something that I'm afraid to tell people. Sigma 65783 says 20 to 22, you were your strongest. I said early 20s to mid. I would say 20 to 23. I was at my peak physical condition, but that's when I snapped my cruciate playing football, and it went downhill from there. But I'm slowly getting back to fitness. I finally had two operations in the last 18 months, I would say, that have really helped my strength in my knee, and now I'm able to do the exercises that I want to do again. Then I'm sure I'm going to get back to my peak physical condition when I start again playing sport. User nut, I don't know what the rest of that username is, but user NT3UM5GC1 says, where are you from? I'm from the United Kingdom, so I'm based in the UK. Sigma says, what was your favourite age so far? Probably when my son was born. I would say when my son was born. User NT3UM5GC1 says, what city? I'm not going to tell you the city, but I'm from the United Kingdom, and I'm from Wales. So that's as much as I will tell you about where I live, because that's just dodgy. User NT3UM5GC1 says, but I understand. Thank you for understanding that. It's a bit dodgy that you want to know exactly where I live. But I'm based in the UK. I'm from Wales. That's as much as I will say. User NT3UM5GC1 says, what is your favourite movie? Great question. Great question. I love that one. My greatest movie of all, or my favourite movie of all time, is Avengers Endgame. Sigma65783 says, I'm not going to answer that question because it's nothing to do with my channel. And it's nothing to do with politics. I don't talk about politics or news on this channel. This is a mental health channel, but I do talk about, general things. But you won't get me involved in politics, religion, or news on this channel, so I will not answer that question. This is a live Q&A about life and mental health. User NT3M5GC says, I am from Iran. Welcome. I'm from the United Kingdom. Thank you for joining the live, and thank you for sending a comment. I really appreciate that. User NT3UM5GC says, who is the best Spider-Man? In my opinion, and it's only my opinion, the best Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire. He's a legend. But I would say Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, then Andrew Garfield. That would be my order of Spider-Man. User NT3UM5GC1 says, cool choice. Well, Tobey Maguire is my favourite Spider-Man, and then I would have to say Tom Holland is better than Andrew Garfield in my own opinion. Sigma65783 says, who is your GOAT player in football? Fantastic question. Fantastic question. I would have to say Ronaldo, CR7, because he's a legend at Man United. When we had him, he won the Ballon d'Or twice. He's fantastic career. So I would say Cristiano Ronaldo because I'm a Man United fan. But George Best, Eric Cantona, David Beckham, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt, Roy Keane, Paul Ince. There's many Man United players who I think are GOATs. User NT3M says Toby is legend. Andrew is not bad. Tom Holland is a pretty boy. I don't believe he is Spider-Man. Okay, that's a fair comment, and you're entitled to your opinion. Sigma says he never played a World Cup final. I don't care about international football. I only care about Manchester United. And for Manchester United, he won numerous Premier League titles. He won the Champions League, and he won the Ballon d'Or. So, in my opinion, for me, my goat of football is Cristiano Ronaldo for what he did at Manchester United. Couldn't give a toss about World Cup football. International football is boring. User NT3UM5GC1 says, who is the best Batman? Well, I will admit one thing. I don't like DC. The only DC character I like is the Flash. And I only like the Flash, the TV series, not the movies. But I will say that I think the best Batman is Christian Bale, in my opinion. Sigma says it's the biggest trophy. It's the biggest trophy in international football, of course it is. But the biggest trophy in club football is the Champions League. And I'm only interested in club football. Don't give a toss about international football, it's boring. So for me, the biggest trophy in club football is the Champions League. And the best Batman, in my opinion, even though I don't like DC, is Christian Bale. But I'm loving these questions. They're fantastic. Something different, something new on this, live Q&A on a mental health channel. Just call me user. Okay, user, I will just call you user. I just tried to be respectful by saying your full username. I tried, but I will just call you user at your request. But great questions. Sigma says Champions League is not global tournament, it's for Europe. The Champions League is is for me the biggest competition to watch in football. Yes, it's European based, but I'm European based. I don't watch football from around the world. I'm a Manchester United fan, and I love the Premier League, and I love the Champions League, and I love European football. So for me, it is. User says, what is your favourite song? Wow. There are too many to say that's my favourite, because there are so many across many eras. Achy Breaky Heart is one of my favourites by Billy Ray Cyrus. Then you've got Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing. Then you've got, Eye of the Tiger, No Easy Way Out. So many. And then you've got the songs from the 90s, which are the greatest. All the reggae songs, like Shaggy and Shaka Demus and Pliers and Sweat and CJ Lewis and all of those people. Sigma says World Cup is the biggest trophy and the Club World Cup follows. The Club World Cup is rubbish. No one watches the Club World Cup. No one cares about the Club World Cup. Yes, the World Cup is the biggest trophy in world football, but again, world football or international football is boring. It's nothing like club football. And for me, the Champions League is and has the best players in the world. User says, who is the best Superman? Henry Cavill, in my opinion. Henry Cavill is the best Superman, in my opinion. I see, Sigma, you're quite obsessed with the World Cup, but I'm not. I'm not a fan of international football. World Cup, Club World Cup would happen every 4 years, so it's bigger. No, it happens every 4 years because no one wants to watch it. It's absolutely pants. No one cares about it. And the only trophies that the biggest teams in Europe care about are their domestic league title and the Champions League. User says, what is your comment? I don't comment on those type of things on this channel. This is nothing to do with news. This is nothing to do with politics or religion. My channel is a mental health channel, but I will talk about general everyday life stuff as well. But I won't get involved in any of those conversations. I will keep my opinions to myself on those things. this is not the platform that I will share any of those views on, I'm afraid. User, again, I'm not going to comment on those types of things, but I agree, yeah. Okay guys, I'll be live for another 25 minutes, so get your final questions in, guys. Get your final questions in, guys. I've got 25 minutes left of this live session, so please do get your questions in. Sigma says, tell me what is biomechanics. I don't claim to be a scientist. I'm not. So I couldn't honestly tell you what biomechanics is. I assume it's something to do with your biology mechanics, but I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. User says, what is your job? Well, apart from obviously YouTube that I do, I don't get paid for YouTube. I just do YouTube. My job is that I have a life coaching business. I'm a certified and qualified life coach with 6 diplomas in different areas of coaching. So that's what I do in my professional life. User sends 2 hearts. Thank you very much for your support. I really enjoy being a life coach. It really helps me. It's really gratifying to see people become the best versions of themselves. So yeah, that's what I do as a job. Like I said, I'm as honest as they come. If I don't know something, like I just told Sigma, I don't know what biomechanics are, but you know, I'm honest with that. I didn't do very well in school, you know. It is what it is. Sigma says, do you play cricket? No, I find cricket extremely boring. I can't watch a cricket match, no. I'd rather watch paint dry. I love football. Football is the sport for me. I also watch boxing, and I love the darts. User says, what is brand microphone? You ask him what brand my microphone is. It's a toner. T-O-N-O-R. It's a toner microphone. It's a toner microphone. T-O-N-O-R. It's a toner microphone. Podcast microphone. Really appreciate your support with the microphone there. Thank you. Sigma says, is Ali the greatest athlete ever? He's the greatest boxer ever, in my opinion. Is he the greatest athlete? No, I would say Michael Jordan is, but that's just again, it's all down to opinion. Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer to ever live. Michael Jordan is the best basketball player to ever live, in my opinion. But I guess it's all about opinions. You know, I have my preferences, and I'm sure you have your preferences, and that's healthy. That we all have different ideas and different opinions. You know, and Stone Cold Steve Austin is the greatest wrestler of all time, in my opinion. You know, but again, it's all down to opinions. User says Al Pacino or De Niro. Al Pacino for me. Al Pacino in Scarface, unbeatable, fantastic. But I do like Robert De Niro as well, fantastic actor. But if I had to choose, I'd go Al Pacino. Both fantastic, legendary actors, though, I do have to say that. But if I had to choose one, it's Al Pacino. Jimmer33 says Marmite, yes or no? Definitely no for me. Disgusting, in my opinion. User says just hi. User says just hi in from my little friend. Okay. I will be live for another 20 minutes, guys. So please do get your questions in. This is a live Q&A. Don't forget, if you want to talk about your mental health as well, we can do that. That's what I'm here for. That's what my channel is all about. Pieces of a broken mind, where every mental health matters. User says Scarface. Scarface, absolutely. That was his iconic line. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah, I get it. Sorry, I was a bit slow on the uptake there. Jimmer says, it is strong stuff. Lovely music in the background. Yeah, the music in the background is very relaxing for me. It helps me relax in the evenings. And it helps me switch off. So I really hope, you guys enjoy it as well. Jimmer33 says, I have terrible mental health. The comedy in life helps. Comedy is wonderful medicine. Comedy is a wonderful medicine. But if you're struggling with your mental health, you're not alone. I struggle with mental illness. I have mental illness. I've been diagnosed with a number of disorders. So you are not alone. And please do reach out and ask for help if you're struggling. Jimmer says, I mean, the wilderness of the world and society, etc. It's hilarious how disjointed we are. We as a collective. I get what you mean now. Sorry. Yes, I agree. The world is a crazy place. The world is indeed a crazy place. And yeah, as a collective, everyone can do better. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Jimmer says the craziness is speeding up too. Yeah, it's going extremely fast, and unfortunately, it's nothing that we can control. So we just have to hope. Jimmer says, I want off Mr. Bones' wild ride. I don't know what that means. But this is a live Q&A, guys, so get your last questions in. 15 minutes left. User says DiCaprio or Brad Pitt? Ooh. I'll go Brad Pitt. Because I'm a huge fan of Fight Club, and I'm a huge fan of Troy. And Seven. So I'll go Brad Pitt. Even though DiCaprio, I will say, is another legend of Hollywood. But if I had to choose, I'd go Brad Pitt because I think he's had better films, in my opinion. I have a question for you, user. Who wins out of a fight, Captain America or Batman? You don't know? That's a good question. Chris Evans is Batman, or Chris Evans is Captain America, or Robert Pattinson's Batman. Who wins? Oh no, Batman does not beat Captain America. Come on now. Captain's a super soldier. Batman has just got toys. Doesn't beat a super soldier. And a super soldier who can lift Thor's hammer. So no, not for me. We'll agree to disagree. Who's the best wrestler of all time, in your opinion? Best wrestler of all time. What are we saying? Does anyone want to say who the greatest wrestler of all time is? Jimmer says Charles Oliveira. He's an MMA fighter. I'm on about. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, they do wrestle as well. Sorry, I should have said WWE star. WWE wrestler. Who's the greatest of all time for WWE? User says, sorry, not understand. Who is the greatest WWE superstar of all time? In my opinion, is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'll be live for another 12 minutes or so, guys. Jimmy says, oh man, you're talking about Batman and WWE. Yeah, I was just asking general questions, but if there's something else you want to talk about, my friend, then get involved. Like I said, these live Q&As are normally where we talk about mental health, recovery, depression, and stuff like that. So if there's a topic you guys want to talk about, then fire away. As long as it's not anything to do with politics, news, or religion, because I don't get involved in any of that. I generally, if you're new to the channel, my channel is all about raising mental health awareness, and that's generally where the conversations go. But if people want to ask me questions about other things, I'm happy to answer those questions. User says John Cena. Okay. Jimmer says, does the body die and the mind continue? Well, I don't know the fact. I don't know the facts on that, but I would think, in my own opinion, I think the body goes first before the mind dies. Yes, that's just my opinion, though. I don't know that for a fact, but I think the body would die before the mind does, for sure. I think your brain does stay alive after your heart has stopped for a certain amount of time, but like I said, I don't know the facts on that, but that's just my opinion. And who knows, what happens after life? Who knows? No one knows. Jimmer says we can't know the fact. It isn't measurable. Consciousness is not within the brain. Fair enough. Okay. I guess consciousness is separate to the organs itself. So yeah, appreciate that bit of information there. User says, who is the best director? I'll go the Russo brothers. But out of those two, I would say Tarantino. Okay, guys, we'll be live for another 10 minutes or so. This has been a great live session for the last 2 hours, or coming up to 2 hours. We've talked about mental health, we've talked about depression, trauma, recovery, movies, everything. So it's been a really positive live Q&A, and we had some great mental health chats. we've shared stories, we've shared hints and tips on how to improve your mental health. So really proud of that. For the first hour and a half, I would say, it's been all, directed towards raising awareness when it comes to mental health. So I've really enjoyed this live. We are coming up to the final 10 minutes because I'm streaming for 2 hours this evening. Okay, it's the final 9 minutes or 10 minutes, guys, so get your final questions in. User says, Daniel Day-Lewis has 3 Oscars, but is not good. Sorry, I don't understand that question. User says Al Pacino has 1 Oscar, but he is better than Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, I think it's again, it's just opinion, but I think it depends on how individually those very specific films did at the box office. But I would say yes, Al Pacino is a better actor. I would agree with that. I would agree with that statement for sure. Come on, guys, final 8 or 9 minutes. Get your last questions in. My next live session after this evening will be Sunday evening, where we'll go live for another 2 hours to try and help and support other people. User says, thank you, friend. You're very welcome, my friend. And thank you for talking to me tonight, and thank you for being a part of the live. Make sure you subscribe and share the channel, please, because I'm trying to raise awareness about mental illness, and the more people that know about it, the better. So if you could subscribe, that would be great. User says, what is your favorite TV show? Fantastic question. I would have to tell you my top 3, and my top three would be Hannibal, From, and Welcome to Derry, season 1. Fantastic. Hannibal with Mads Mikkelsen. I thought those 3 seasons were fantastic. From season 1 to 4, fantastic. And Welcome to Derry, season 1 was fantastic as well. User says, Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones? I don't like either of those shows, I'm afraid. I'm just not a fan of those shows, I'm afraid. User says, my favourite TV show, Breaking Bad, Prison Break, and Better Call Saul? Is that right? Okay, guys, final 5 minutes. Get your final questions in. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys tonight. Really enjoyed these 2 hours. Last couple of minutes, guys. Please do get your final questions in. I've really enjoyed this live Q&A this evening. And I really appreciate everyone who has taken the time out of their evening to be a part of this live stream. Anyone who's answered a question, anyone who's got involved, and it's really uplifting for me to spend some time with you guys on YouTube. So thank you all for being a part of my live stream tonight. Please don't forget, please subscribe to the channel and share the channel. If you support raising mental health awareness, if you support challenging stigma and removing discrimination around mental illness, please subscribe and share, because it's only a click for you guys, but it means so much to me and the channel and the growth of the channel. The more people we reach, the more people we can help, and that's ultimately the goal of the channel, is to help people talk about their mental health, in whatever format that happens, as long as they are having that conversation. That's the most important thing. Last couple of minutes, guys. Please do get your final questions in. Coming up to the last 2 minutes, guys, so get your final questions in. I want to thank everyone who has participated in the live, who's commented, liked, watched. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of tonight's live show. The next time I'll be live is Sunday evening, for another 2 hours, probably 7 p.m. UK time until 9 p.m. Really enjoyed this evening's lives. Thank you for everyone who's been a part of it. Thank you to everyone who supports Pieces of a Broken Mind. And remember, guys, everyone's mental health matters. User says, who is your favourite comedian? My favourite comedian would be Jimmy Carr. I think he's a legend, and I think he's my favourite. Jimmy Carr, for me. Okay, guys, it's coming up to the last minute. Get your final comments in. But don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to help people with their mental health. I'm trying to help people talk about it. And it's important that you guys subscribe. So please do subscribe to the channel. Okay, guys, I want you to look after yourselves. I want you to look after your family and friends. And I want you to look after both your physical and your mental well-being. User says, do you mean Jim Carrey? No, I mean Jimmy Carr. He's a UK-based comedian. Jim Carrey is a legendary actor and comedian, but no, I mean Jimmy Carr. He is a UK comedian who I love. But anyway, guys, that's it for this evening. Look after yourself, look after your family and friends, and I'll speak to you all soon on Pieces of a Broken Mind. Take care, goodbye.